President-elect Trump said this morning that he and Boeing will work out a dispute over the price of a new Air Force One. Mr. Trump tweeted yesterday, costs are out of control, more than $4 billion. He said the order should be canceled. The two planes that serve as Air Force One are more than 25 years old. The Air Force called on Boeing last year to begin designing replacement aircraft to be delivered in 8 years.
Boeing responded to Mr. Trump in a statement that it is currently under contract for $170 million to determine a plan for the planes. Boeing's stock price fell when the markets opened, then bounced back. Dennis Berman, financial editor for the Wall Street Journal, is with us. Welcome.
Hi, Charlie.
Should the president be negotiating with Boeing about the price of an airplane?
The president-elect.
The president-elect.
Well, he's not even in office yet, and he's doing his thing, which is making deals. Again, it depends how you view his politics. You could say he's setting the stage for a president who's going to say, I don't want to pay certain prices. But then again, you get to the constitutional issue of whether that's appropriate or not.
For the president-elect.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but my question, even the larger question I meant when he was president, is don't we want the president doing other things and let other people worry about negotiating about the price of planes? But I assume it plays well in the country because it looks like somebody is worried about spending and looks like somebody's worried about jobs and all those things.
I mean, I got to share my gut reaction, which was $4 billion. That's a lot for one plane, even if it's a great plane.
Can we point out the facts first? It's not $4 billion.
It's not $4 billion.
Okay, let's be clear about that.
It's a service contract over many years, and these are the specifications created by the government itself. But I do think as a matter of rhetoric, as a matter of communication, you have to, whether you agree with Trump's politics or not, he's doing a pretty good job of setting the terms of engagement, which are, I don't want to pay a lot of money, I want to renegotiate with China, and I'm going to do everything I can to fight for jobs. Now, there are a lot of issues with the way he's doing it, but he's at least setting the communication pretty clear.
So one issue might be tweeting as much as he does.
Well, I mean, the beauty of why hasn't Donald Trump had a press conference, right? That's not happened. He is keeping control of the message, and that is, again, its own.
So what impact is it having on the stock market?
Hey, stock market's never been better.
I know.
Right?
Is that, but what's the causation here?
The causation is that if you believe that growth is coming, and if you believe that regulation is being taken off the books, then, buy stocks, sell bonds. The bond market is not doing well,
they always are.
Right? But if you believe growth is coming, and that's another big question, then buy stocks.
But do you think this is a way to run a railroad through tweeting as opposed to having press conference? What is your gut reaction about that?
I'll give you my gut reaction.
Yeah.
My gut reaction is that we created a country of rule of law and not a rule of men. Mm-hmm. And even if you do agree sort of emotionally with what Trump is saying via tweets or whatever he's doing.
And a lot of people apparently do.
There should be a path by which not one person controls what happens in the country, whether it relates to one company or any one issue. That's why we have Congress. That's why we have
let's talk about reporting.
Sure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I read it this morning in your paper. I read 5 papers, but it said in your paper that corporate America, though, is reacting to this pretty negatively, what they did with Boeing. Why?
I mean, I think that's the danger of this. Even if you believe with what he's saying, if you're in the crosshairs of the president and he can tweet and sort of bring popular opinion against you, that's a dangerous place to be. The facts of the matter might be entirely different than what he's saying, and there should be methods and a process. It's not easy or efficient, but it is the way the U.S. is supposed to work, which is that there's a rule of law.
Is the deal with Kerry a shakedown?
Your paper called it so.
That's the editorial board. We're separate. We try to stay very much to the facts.
I understand, but is it a shakedown?
The argument is that the editorial board's view was that there's no particular reason why any person in government should be telling business people what to do, and that those who have their money on the line and their jobs on the line are the best allocators of capital.
And what about the President-elect's idea that if a company closes factories, therefore causing job loss, moves overseas and makes products overseas, if they bring those products back in, they would impose a huge tax
He proposed
up to
35% tariff on that. Again, it becomes a question of free markets or not. The Declaration of Independence, one of its grievances against King George was the right for free trade.
But what that is using the tax code as either punishment or, in other cases, as an incentive.
Now, I would say, again, I try to stay out of politics, Charlie, but what I would say, if Congress wants to...
Too late, Dennis.
Congress, I know, we're all being sucked in. If Congress wants to enact that tariff law, then Congress should have the right to do so. But one person who tweets that does seem a bit of a step too far.
What about this announcement yesterday by the Japanese company SoftBank? $50 billion investment in U.S. tech companies. Right. They're saying 50,000 jobs.
Right. Again, here, details are kind of important. They already said they were going to spend this money largely in venture capital investing. And keep in mind, this is the money, $100 billion. It's from the Saudis. And what did Donald Trump say? He wanted to blow up the relationship with the Saudis.
Invested in his fund.
The Saudis investing in his fund. So, look, I think, in a way, Donald Trump has been masterful at recasting the question of jobs. And that's very important to Americans. Well, the question is, each individual has to make the choice. Do I feel right about the way he's doing?
Once again, he's at the center of the conversation. What I wonder is, does he ever have time to sleep?
Well, I guess perhaps on his luxury Air Force One, newly redesigned, they'll
he
make
seems
something
to be
nice
very
and quiet.
well rested at all times. Thank you very much, Dennis.
Thank you.
Thank you.